So, today is an exciting day. I am off to the brilliant Jim Ames in KTM in Braintree, and they are going to service my bike. I've just coming up to 7,000. I think I'm a couple of hundred short of 7,000, and the bike is going in for its service. And I'm also having a quick throttle fitted from the RR model, so it should make this bike even more angry, which I'm looking forward to trying to tame. And I'm also getting the new KTM Power Parts front carbon fly screen to match my other little mods I've done to the bike. I've waited for that for quite a few months now, so I'm quite looking forward to seeing that. That should set the bike off nicely. And the good guys at KTM are going to lend me another beast, the Beast Brother, which is the 1290 Super Adventure S. A bike I can definitely see myself having in the future, or future model. And I've never ridden one, I've sat on one, and I know I like it already. I can't wait to ride it. Yeah, so I will speak to you next when I've got the bike and give you my thoughts on the Super Adventure. Cheers. Super Adventure S. It's different. It's really different. Same crappy indicator though. Oh, this one has got a quick shifter. Completely different. There's always one guy. Yeah, just taking it all in at the moment, just trying to get used to it. The clutch feels completely different, bearing in mind it's the same engine. Just trying to get used to my feet where they are now. I feel used to having them a little bit behind me. But yeah, just let her warm up a bit. I'm guessing this has got the full tech pack, so I can go through the different modes, see how it feels. Just trying to work out what mode I'm in now at the moment. Oh, street mode, okay, cool. Right, that's got to come out of that. We need to get that into race mode, definitely. It seemed like when I got on the bike, it wasn't as tall as I thought, but then when I pulled away, I think the suspension has lifted, and I was nearly tiptoeing. I was quite surprised by that. I mean, I'm 6'1", but maybe you can change the preload on that to bring that down a bit. I'm in the wrong gear here. Oh, I feel I'm learning to ride again. Yeah. Not got the sound of my Superduke, hence with the massive can on the back. Yeah, I like it. Had to be a bus. Yeah, it's got the grunt, it still goes. I love the size of that screen, it's amazing. Great screen. This quick shifter on this bike is head and shoulders above my bike. That is how my bike is meant to be, I'm guessing. So I'm very intrigued to see if it changes when I get it back, because I've asked them to reset the gear position sensor. That is so much, but it's like a completely different system. I can't believe how smooth that is going up. I want to try that again. Wow, 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 wow. Okay then, there is something not right with my bike, I'm telling you. There's no way. I thought it might have been my riding style, maybe not. Maybe I was told you have to be quite forceful with them, but surely it should be more like this. So I will be, I'll be addressing that 100%. But anyway, back to this bike. Amazing. I like it already. I love all this. Look at that. Well smart. I like the gears. Feel so much really nice. I feel very assertive. You know it's in gear. Sometimes my bike, I'm like, is it in gear? Is it not in gear? I don't know what I'm going to get. Wow. Yes. Let's change the rider mode. What are we on? Street. Bike info. Cruise control. How do I change the... I should be able to... I should know this. Trip. Ah, ride mode. Sport, rain, off-road, rally. No, I don't want that. Hang on. No, I don't want that. Sport. Close the throttle. Right, here we go. Yeah, wow. Very nice. Big bike, it feels like I can throw it around really well for a much bigger bike. It doesn't feel like it's like a slug in the corners. So I wonder what the suspension, oh, just a suspension bike, got to be there, innit? Suspension mode, auto, sport. Another typical 1290 bike. You don't realise how fast you're going on it. You have to be so careful. It didn't seem like it. I totally didn't seem like I was going as fast as I actually was then. Just shows you how well poised these bikes are on the road. You know. Let's try this. Bring this up. Get a little bit of wind. Oh, it is on a full set. I am getting a little bit of wind, but I'll try and I think that's my helmet. I need to get a better helmet. My helmet's crap. I really like it. I'll do a bit more riding and come back. Yeah, so this bike, not to say that it's slow. All I'm saying is, so far in the couple of miles I've ridden it, I thought it would be quicker. It's nowhere near as aggressive as the Superduke R, which I guess is obviously it's not going to be. It's down on power, it's a different bike, but the engine it feels completely different. And I mean, and I think it's like 10-20 breakdown, isn't it? So it's not going to be nowhere near as fast. Maybe I'm wrong, but it's another one of those bikes, like I said just a minute ago, you're going a lot faster than you actually realise because of how comfortable it is. Maybe my thoughts will change as the day goes ahead. Maybe maybe it is as fast as I was expecting, but from first off, maybe I was expecting a bit too much in terms of speed. But that being said, this bike is so comfortable. Oh my god! I mean, you could ride this all day. It is a dream. I'm well impressed with this bike. The power thing it's just my first observations. I was just expecting it to be a little bit quicker. I mean, riding around like this, you could do this all day. On my Superduke, you can ride it all day. I mean, obviously you can calm the throttle down on it and put it into street mode, and you can ride that in traffic and stuff like that. But the clutch is quite heavy on it compared to this riding position. This you could do this all day long. I mean, fantastic bike, and that is why I would, if I was going to sell my Superduke, this is probably going to be the bike I would sell it for. It's the only bike I'm interested in. Maybe some of the Ducatis, but yeah, first impressions are very positive. I like it. Just not what I was expecting in terms of the power delivery, but that could change as the day goes on. It's acceleration here, which this engine's great for. Yeah, serious go. Well, enough anyway, definitely enough for anyone there. This is where this bike is going to excel, isn't it, really? Places like this, situations like this. So comfortable. The wind is hitting, I'm getting quite a bit of wind, but I think that's my helmet really. I've got the screen on the highest position, I think. I need to test that again, have a look at that again. But yeah, my helmet's crap, I need to get a better helmet. What I really like already as well, the low down, when the revs are quite down low, the engine's so composed, it really is. Compared to the Superduke, I mean, that bike doesn't want to be in the low revs, it hates it. It doesn't like cruising along in 6th gear at 70 miles an hour, and it prefers to be in 5th gear with higher revs. This is very comfortable at low revs, and I like that. If you're navigating around a tight roundabout or through I don't know, in a car park or something, this thing's going to be very nice. Low gears, low revs. It's not all juttery and stuff like that, which can sometimes knock your confidence a little bit. But I don't feel many vibes at this speed. I'm not getting any vibrations through the handlebars. A little bit through my feet, but nothing. You're going to get a little bit, aren't you? You know, nothing which would put me off the bike. What I am surprised, I when I was talking about the low RPM handling, I actually got it on sport mode still, and it was still that nice. So I could have even dialed that down even more. You probably could just leave this in sport mode. I need to try and work out how to turn the anti-wheelie off though. I believe it's on. Our front wheel will not come up. I don't know how to turn it off, so when I pull over I'm going to have to try and work that one out. Let's do some twisties. Put her through her paces a bit. Doesn't fire up into life like my Superduke either. Got that extra few little turns. Don't know if it's this bike or if that's just specific to these Super Adventures. But yeah, I noticed that. As long as it starts, it's the main thing. If I bought this bike now, this was mine, I was taking it home, I think the first thing I would change on it is the gear lever. It's too small, it doesn't stick out enough. I mean, it's probably my style of riding. Most people will probably say, I don't know what you're talking about, mate, but for me, I'd want a bit of a bigger one, something that sticks out a little bit more. I feel like I'm having to hook my foot in because of the size of the tank. Got a big tank, and these are, oh no, I can't go that way. Oh well. Yeah, because of the size of the tank, I feel like you're having to straddle the tank a bit and then try and bend your foot back in to get it under the peg. So yeah, I'd probably change that. Obviously you got to change that exhaust, didn't you? It looks ugly, and the bike's needs to be a bit louder, I'd say. It's quite quiet actually, and I know how loud these engines can be. So yeah, I'd probably try and unleash a bit of the engine noise, get a better can. Probably not a lot you really would mod on these. You get the crash protection and stuff like that, of course. But yeah, no, I'm enjoying it. I'm gutted that road one is closed up. I want it to go down there. I need to try and think of another way to go now. Don't know where I am. Found our friends in front of me. Let's go for a little ride, see where it takes me. It's a lovely day for it, and I'm on a lovely bike. Hoping this is going to take me back onto the road I wasn't allowed to go onto, and I've got a funny feeling that's it there. Hopefully. No, that's not it. More of our friends. This bike just eats roads up like this. It's in its home territory now, isn't it? Really, I should have put the suspension. Oh, it is on auto. So yeah, maybe that'll pick up, but it might soften up a bit now. Oh, it's typical. Now the police are going down that road I want to go. Oh, they're turning around. Alright, we'll do a left. Maybe we can go around. I don't know where I'm going. Let's try down here. Yeah. Fantastic. Crazy riding roads like this. Feel like you're on a scrambler now, but you're on a 1300cc scrambler. Last time I went down roads like this would have been on my Supermoto. So I've gone to a dead end. Great. Let's turn it around. Test its low speed handling. No feet down. 5 miles an hour. Easy. In sport mode. Try doing that on a Superduke. Jesus. These roadworks are a joke. Said road closed. There's no one there working, doing nothing, and there's no reason for that road to be closed. Oh God. Anyway, back onto the twisties. Brakes are good. Plenty of braking power on there. I did see another review, someone saying you had to squeeze them a bit before you really get the power, but I'm getting it straight away. I don't really know any of the statistics on this bike. I don't even know what brakes it's got on it. I'm guessing Brembo. I don't know if you put stylemas on a bike like this. I'm not too sure. I'll have a look when I get off of it. Feels great. The do-it-all bike. Well, the anti-wheelie is off because it just came up. This is Hannonfield Reservoir. Diversion. This guy's riding a bit too slow for my liking. And I don't want to scare him. I'll try and overtake him here. Overtake him, pal. There we go. Oh, it's great. What else? A pigeon. Oh yeah, she moves. It's like I said earlier, it's not a slow bike by any stretch of imagination. It goes. I really like this bike already. I mean, what a fantastic bike to do some serious mileage on. imagine riding this down to south of France or over to Italy or something. Oh, it'd be amazing. All the power you need, all the comfort you need, decent gas range, all the comforts, your cruise control, your anti-dive, the radar, the automatic radar thing, lane detection, whatever that is. I'm not sure, I can't remember what it's called. Brilliant. The automatic suspension, the phone connectivity, it's got the USB in here, you can get the panniers on it, you get a box on it. Oh, amazing. Do it all. Go down any road, you name it, you know, you can even take it on track. Those guys in that 44 Teeth did it, didn't they? And they even overtook a few bikes as well. A few sports bikes. I mean, what a machine. I guess that's why the adventure category is thriving, isn't it? I think the best selling bike in the world, that GS, it's an adventure bike, because they just do everything you need. You don't need the 1000cc sports bikes for the road. It's just not practical no more. Too fast, not comfortable. Speed cameras everywhere. They only come into their own on the track, but how often how many people really do track days now? But yeah, this will be me in a couple of years. Still feel I've got a couple of years left on the Superduke or something similar, maybe more sportier, but sorry. This will be my next kind of bike. Obviously I've got my Honda NC, which is it's like a moped compared to this in terms of speed, and I wouldn't even call it an adventure bike really, it's just a pure commuter bike. This will be a bit of me one day. Another thing on this bike as well, I quite like the induction noise it makes. I'll try and do it in a minute. Don't get that from Superduke. You can feel it sucking the air in. You can hear it. Sounds nice. Again, there's more of the differences which surprise me. It doesn't sound like a Superduke either at all, like the engine at all. I mean, of course, it's got a different exhaust pipe on it, but it does sound a little bit more agricultural, this. I mean, even when the Superduke had its standard pipe on, it just sounds completely different. I mean, obviously they've done some maybe they've done some work on that from the factory, of course. Maybe I know they can play around with sounds of engines, can't they? They can make them sound how they want, really. But yeah, this induction noise, that grunt, that bit, you don't get that on the Superduke. I like that, it's nice. So this cruise control is absolutely amazing. I've locked it onto that car in front of me, so if I adjust the cruise to 50, it will not go up. It will just stay with that car in front. It won't, and when that car slows down, the bike slows down up to, I think, up to a certain amount. So look, the bike is braking. That feels so weird. I'm not touching the throttle. I've got the speed set to 42, but because this car is going slow, the bike is keeping it down and keeping me at a certain distance to the car. That is so cool. And when they speed up, the bike will speed up, which I'm guessing is going to do now. Here you go. Now the speed's picking up a little bit. And that is this adaptive cruise control. Very, very clever. I've got it set to medium. I think the distance, you can actually set it to even further than that. That's amazing. I mean, it's not designed for roads like this. Obviously it's designed more for the motorway. If someone pulls in front of you, it'll slow down, stuff like that. But it just shows you how well the system works. I'm on a 40-mile-an-hour road, and the bike is following the car. It's like someone's doing the throttling and braking for me. My hands are here. But it's only up to a limit, I guess. I mean, I don't know how slow that will work. I think cruise control only works above 30, I believe. But just amazing. The tech on this bike is brilliant. Just shows you how far motorcycles have come. So I've just got the call to go and pick up my bike. It's all done. The quick throttle's on and the service is all done. So looking forward to testing that out. And I thought I'd give my final thoughts on this bike. And it is brilliant, absolute top bike. I've got no negatives about it really, except for the little things I said I'd change if I bought it. I didn't put this down. Yeah, just an amazing bike, very smooth, easy to ride. It's not daunting by the size of it. You think, oh, it's going to be heavy. It's not. It's got plenty of go in it. It's very comfortable. I would probably have a look at the different seats to see if there's an even better one. I think there is. This one is probably a little bit on the hard side, I'd say, but apparently there's so many different seat options for this. The suspension is amazing, the way it lifts up, and you can lower it down, you know, for the smaller of the riders. I'm well impressed. I would definitely have one of these bikes in the future, without a doubt. I am thinking about having one now, to be honest, because you can have just as much fun, if not more, really, and you can go anywhere on it, any mileage, however far away it is, you know, you can do it on this. With something like my Superduke, you wouldn't want to go touring on that. I know people do, but it's not a touring bike. You don't buy a bike like that for touring. You can buy panniers for it, they're only small, but it's not a touring bike. Buy the GT if you're going to do that. That's another bike I'd like to try, the GT maybe. But yeah, I think anyone who's interested, who's thinking of buying one of these, just go and have a test ride. You've got to. I mean, I can't see how you'd be disappointed in it. I mean, the only other bikes I would think of trying if I was going to buy this, I think would be the you've got the Ducati Multistrada, obviously, which is a very nice bike. I'd like to try that, but it's very expensive, and you know, the servicing as well can be a lot of money on those, whereas KTM's aren't too bad, you know. My service for my bike now, I think, was about £300, I think, which I don't think is too bad, really. I was quite impressed with that. I thought it was going to be a lot more. That was like Ducati, you're probably looking at like £600–700. But yeah, I'd probably, if I was going to look at one of these, I'd have to go and test ride the Ducati, of course, and I'd probably look at I think it's the XR1000, the BMW. That looks like a nice bike, and it goes as well. I don't know what the range is like on the fuel. I've got a funny feeling they might be quite thirsty, those bikes, and that's another thing with a Multistrada. Apparently they're quite thirsty, whereas this you get decent range. So yeah, fantastic bike. I've really enjoyed it, and thanks for KTM for lending me it today. Very nice, you guys. I would always highly recommend anyone in the Essex area to use Jim Ames, or even the South London, East Anglia way. Use Jim Ames. Always top guys. Always looks after me. I've taken both my KTMs there. Always been very helpful. So yeah, I'll see you when I've got my Duke back. So, back to my beastie, looking good with her new fly screen, a lot louder from the Super Adventure, which was a great bike, and I'm really grateful for Mark at Jim Ames for sorting that out. Top fella, top fella. Right, let's try this new throttle of mine. Apparently I've got some new software updates. Oh. Back on the beastie. I must admit, that super adventure, my bum was starting to hurt. I was getting some real bad numb bum. So last point on that bike is definitely get the comfort seat on it. I don't know, I've never had that on this bike. I don't think I've had numb bum on this. And this is a super naked. But I'm liking the new carbon fly screen. Looks better than the other one. Matches all the bike now. I've had my quick shifter looked at. It was actually my gear, how could you say it, gear selector pin going into the engine. The bolt was a bit loose apparently. It feels better already. See, that would have hit a neutral before. It feels much better. The throttle, I've had my new RR throttle put on. Shouldn't have to twist it as much now. Let's see. Yeah. Yeah. I love this bike so much. It's so devastating. Oh dear. Yeah, so now the throttle basically you don't need it. I think it's knocked like 20% off of the rotation, I think. So you don't need to twist it around as much. So the power's going to come on a bit quicker. This guy wants it. You got no chance, mate. She's back, and she means business.